All right, so for English Language Arts today, here's our objective. I will be able to connect facts about severe weather to my fictional firsthand narrative. Before we get started on talking about our fictional firsthand narrative, we're going to talk a little bit more on research and graphic features. So many informational texts include graphic features that support or add to the information presented in the text. Today, you will discuss the graphic aids in the tropical rainbelt. Graphic aids can be maps, charts, photographs, or other graphic features that provide more detailed additional information about the main topic of the text. Since they contain few words and may be set apart from the main body of a text, you can focus on graphic aids when doing research to help you, that should say you, find information on a topic more quickly. So basically, if you understand how to read graphic aids, you will have a much easier time finding things that will help you in your research to create your firsthand narrative. So how did the graphic aids included in tropical weather add to your understanding of the topic? So go ahead and tell me, in your opinion, what was included that helped you understand something. You could always go back to the text and look at it and remember what things you were looking at that helped you. So here are all of the graphic aids that were included in that article. So out of all of these, you are going to pick 4 to focus. Well, technically, you're going to pick 3 because I'm going to choose one. But you are going to focus on 4 of those, and then you're going to complete the chart on the next slide. So one of the ones that I'm going to do, and it's just for me to show you how to do this, is I'm going to be focusing on this one. The tropics experience both ample sunshine and rainfall. So I'm going to go back to the text. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so here's the picture. The tropics experience both ample sunshine and rainfall. And I remember when I was reading this didn't really go with the first paragraph, but I'll reread it again. The tropics is the area along Earth's equator. The weather in the tropics is mostly hot and humid. This is mainly due to the tropics receiving more energy from the sun than other regions. The energy imbalance circulates or moves around the air in the Earth's atmosphere. Now, that doesn't really tell me about sunshine or rainfall, so I know that this graphic doesn't really have anything to do with this paragraph. So let me move on to the next. In the tropics, there is abundant rainfall. This is due to the rising air resulting from the sun's constant heating. During certain periods, thunderstorms can occur every day. Despite this, the tropics still receive a great deal of sunshine. This, combined with heavy rainfall, provides the region with ideal growing conditions. So this does have to do with this, right? So the picture being of a boat with it looks like maybe some storm coming ahead. They look a little nimbus to me. These are called stratonimbus because they're long clouds are stratus clouds. And then since they are looking gray, we know that when clouds turn gray, that's when we start calling them nimbus. And then here we have the tropical forest is really lush and green. So now I know that the sunshine and the rainfall help things grow in the rainforest, which is why there are a lot of rainforests in tropical climates. So now I'm going to go to my chart. Now, title or description, I'm going to say picture with boat and beach. Type of graphic aid. So it's not a map, it's not a chart, it's not a graph, it's just a picture with caption. Caption means a little text within the picture. New or related information it provides. So the picture shows me what the tropics looks like, and the tropics experience both ample sunshine or rainfall. So this paragraph 2 told me that. This actually, the caption didn't really tell me much. It just gives me an example of what the tropics look like when I'm thinking about the tropics. So, no new information. Picture shows what tropics look like. How does it support the information in the text? Well, the caption supports paragraph 2, and picture shows gives an example of what tropics look like. Okay, so that is how you do this assignment. So now you need to pick one of the graphic aids. You need to go back to the text and find it and see where in the text it supports and supports what's happening, or even if it doesn't necessarily support, it could be providing new information or additional information to something else that's happening in this text. So that is your assignment for that. Then after that, you're going to write a paragraph to explain why it is important to pay attention to graphic aids and how graphic aids can help you conduct research and better understand a topic. So when you're done doing the graphic aid chart and this, then I want you to move on to the next assignments, which is more about your firsthand narrative. So go ahead and complete this and then come back to the video for the firsthand narrative in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So why do you think it's important to incorporate factual research into a fictional narrative? So what this means is, why is it important to include things that are real when making this narrative? So as I've been doing, since I'm doing mine on tornadoes, this is an article that I found about tornadoes that I used to incorporate into my writing. So it's called Tornado Warning. I'm going to read it aloud for you. Huge low clouds cover a darkening sky. The wind and rain grow stronger. Large hail begins to fall. Soon you hear the wail of loud sirens. A tornado has been spotted nearby. Time to put your safety plan into action so you and your family can stay safe. Tornadoes can cause a great deal of damage. Their strong winds can have speeds as high as 300 miles per hour. Winds that strong can lift cars into the air and destroy whole buildings. People are most at risk of injury from flying debris such as wood, glass, and metal objects that are picked up and tossed around by the tornado. This is why it is best to take shelter immediately when a tornado warning is issued. The safest place to go during a storm is the basement or lowest floor in the building. Stay away from windows. A bathroom, closet, or hallway is a good place. For extra protection, get under something sturdy like a heavy table. Stay there until the tornado goes away and the warning is lifted. If you are not at home, find a storm shelter or designated safety spot until the storm passes. Listen to news and advice on the radio for more information. Talk to adults in your household about tornadoes. Make a plan for what to do when tornado warnings happen, and then practice your plan so everyone knows what to do. Put together an emergency kit that includes a flashlight and battery-powered radio. Good preparation can make the difference when it comes to staying safe. So when I originally wrote my tornado where I'm at school. My name's Julia. I'm 10 years old. I'm sorry, my name's Julie and I'm 10 years old. You can tell that I used some of those details in my writing. For instance, the rain sounded like rocks against the window. Well, I know that when the storm comes during a tornado, that sometimes you get hail, which is like rocks towards the windows. The sky was dark, the trees whooshed back and forth, because I know it gets windy and I know it gets dark. Hearing loud sirens, that makes sense. And then later, when I say that I wanted to go, all I wanted to do was get into the basement where we would be safe. Like I said, California doesn't have basements. The only way that I know that there are basements where there are tornadoes is because of that article. And I also know some other places that would be safe too. Instead of basement, I could say, I need to get into the bathtub with my family. I need to get into the closet. I need to hide under a table. Something that indicates that I know what to do if a tornado were to happen. So my source text talked about safe places to go after a tornado warning has been issued, such as a basement or lowest part of a building, or if at home, a bathroom, closet, or hallway. The source also mentions staying away from windows during a tornado warning. I use this information in the opening to add some realistic details to the story. And this is just so important because being a realistic fiction, it needs to have realistic details. So you need to research your severe weather, whatever you chose, tornado, earthquake, tsunami. Use Google to enhance your writing. So I'm going to be providing for you back your original paragraph, and this is where you're going to add some details to it. Also, if you want to go further into your story and create another paragraph, I have allowed for you to add more room. Instead of us doing copy and paste over and over for this assignment, I'm just going to keep giving you your assignment and you're just going to keep building onto it. And we might have to make the font really small to be able to do it. So the next couple of slides is still your planning guide, your checklist for what your firsthand opener should be, and what you've written so far for your firsthand opener. So it's also important to keep in mind that not all weather happens in all places. For instance, Utah doesn't have earthquakes. So if you're writing about a town in Utah, then you're not going to want to talk about earthquakes. So make sure as you're doing your research that you're looking up the correct thing. Does your area experience tornadoes? Is that part of the realistic? Because like I said, this has to be realistic. So anyways, enjoy your research. If you need help figuring out some keywords to search for this assignment, please feel free to ask me in Google Hangouts, and I will talk to you later.